With millions of recipes floating out there on the internet, it's really hard to narrow down which ones are going to be ones that you're going to enjoy. I take the time each week to scour the internet, find recipes, and then test them here in my kitchen. And if they are great recipes, if we deem them winners, we share them with you. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Today's video is dedicated to a very special lady, and I can't wait to tell you all about her. Be sure to stay tuned to our subby spotlight. It is still 10:30 in the morning, but I'm gonna get dinner started because it's going in the crock pot and it's gonna cook low and slow all day. I just ate some cereal just a little bit ago. It is still breakfast time, and my new favorite cereal is a new release from Catalina Crunch, and it's called their cereal pairings. I'm going to share more about that later. I'm also going to have a discount code for y'all. I'll share that in a little bit. But first, we're going to get dinner in the crock pot. Tonight we are having shredded beef tacos. To get started, I've got this large skillet. We're going to heat it to medium high because we are going to sear our chuck roast before it goes in the crock pot. We really don't have much prep with this one. We just need to dice an onion. It said a medium onion. I had a half of a large onion left, so I'm just gonna do that. And to make it easy on myself, I'm using my little dicer. He's leaving to go do some yard work over at his grandmother's house. Okay, so this has been heating to medium high. We're gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of olive oil and less salt and pepper. We're just gonna do one side. I'll put this side down and then we'll salt and pepper the other side. Okay, seasoned side went down. I'm gonna season the other side now. And this is just gonna sear for a couple of minutes on each side. Come on, man. There we go. This is done for now. So I'm adding this to my large crock pot. This is about a 3-pound chuck roast, by the way. Now we just need to mix up all the other goodies that are going in there with it. In this medium bowl, I'm gonna add about a half a cup of orange juice. It does have the measurements on the side, so I can kind of see what I'm doing here. We need a half a cup of beef broth. We need a couple of teaspoons of lime juice, a half a teaspoon of chipotle chili powder, a teaspoon each of cumin and smoked paprika. You need about 3 teaspoons of minced garlic. And I'm just gonna whisk this and combine it. Let's smell it. You gotta give it a smell test. Oh man, that smells really good. Let's take this and pour it over our roast. Now let's add in our onion. We've got that diced onion. And we're gonna add in a can of Rotel as well. We are gonna put the lid on this. You can cook it on high for 4 hours or low for 8 hours. So I'm gonna do mine on low. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna start it on high for about an hour, and then I'm gonna come in here and switch it over to low because it is already 11 o'clock, and if we do 8 hours, it won't be ready until 7. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. So I wanna thank Catalina Crunch for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you've been watching my videos for quite some time, you know I love their cookies. And while I still love their cookies, they sent me a couple of their new cereals. It's called Cereal Pairings. And we have fallen in love with this cereal. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about those, but I wanted to tell you quickly that if you check out the link below in my description box and go to Catalina Crunch's website and you use the code Mandy, you're gonna save 15% off site-wide. So you can save on the cookies that I love, or you can try out their new cereal pairings. So you can satisfy your sweet tooth and indulge in your favorite flavors while foregoing artificial ingredients and sweeteners. So swap out your traditional sugary cereals and give these a try. Both of their cereal pairings are packed with plant protein and fiber from clean ingredients. So you're gonna feel satisfied and energized, and you're not gonna have that crash from all of that sugar. First of all, we have the blueberry muffin cereal. Y'all know how much I love blueberry stuff. Blueberry is my favorite. This cereal is generously loaded with blueberries, but what may shock you is that my favorite, and the one that I reach for more often, is the honey nut with roasted almonds. So you've got the subtle sweetness of the honey, and then you've got the nutty flavor of the almonds. So it just kind of balances each other out, and that's what I crave. I love the almonds. When I get an almond, I get so excited. And I love how crunchy it is. It doesn't get too soggy too fast, which is great. And I was really shocked that this was my favorite one, because we all know how much I love blueberries. And I still love the blueberry one. It's great too. But if I have my pick, I'm going for the honey nut with roasted almonds. Now I'm doubting, is the honey nut really my favorite? I think so, but Man, this is good too. So be sure to go check them out. Check that link in my description box below. Use code Mandy and you're gonna save 15% off site-wide. Plus you're gonna get free shipping, and if you decide to subscribe, you save even more. Let's get back to cooking. Okay, it is currently 6:51. It has been a very long day. I've been filming all day. Cole went and handled one of his grandmother's yard this afternoon, came home and mowed our yard, and then after work, Steven left and went and mowed his mom's yard. Everybody's grass is cut, and everybody's hungry. So, I'm going to shred this up. It's been cooking all day. It smells so good, and then we're gonna have tacos. I have a treat for y'all. I am on Marco Polo with my friend Tabby. You've met Tabby before. She came over when I was doing a brownie video. We had a lot of fun during that video. But anyway, I told her, I said, I've been filming all day. I'm so tired. She said, here, film this.
Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making, where you can find all the delicious recipes that you'll need to keep your family full during the week.
She's the best. Okay, now we shred the beef. Do you see this? It's just coming right apart. Okay, y'all, I did warm my corn tortillas on the stovetop. We've got some fresh tomatoes from our garden that I'm gonna add on top, and a little bit of cilantro. So Steven scooped out some of the sauce from the crock pot. He had a little sour cream and a little Cholula on his.
Dip it in the sauce here, get it all nice.
Oh.
And, uh-oh.
It's falling apart.
It tore up. Let's try it again. Dip.
There you go.
Mmm. Well, that's really good. There's some spice in there too. A little bit of spice. Maybe from the Cholula. I don't know.
Yeah, probably from the Cholula.
Messy. I love messy.
Don't I know it? This is dinner tonight. I'll come back and let y'all know what I think. I didn't get me any dipping sauce. Will you share? So I made a disaster of mine. So tell me in the comments below, how do you warm corn tortillas so that they don't just completely disintegrate when you're eating? Mine always fall apart. I've warmed them. I've tried them cold. I've tried them warm. Do I need to toast them? I don't know.
I think you're supposed to pan fry them.
Like fry them up? Like make them hard?
I think you're supposed to. I'm not going to tell nobody else.
It doesn't really matter though, because it was still delicious. It definitely did have a little spice to it. Steven's right. I think it must be the Rotel. He got, how many more did you have? Did you have a couple more?
Yeah.
And now you just went back and got some more shredded beef and toppings. So it's
good.
It's so good, y'all. We definitely recommend this one. Maybe go with flour tortillas though. It is Saturday and it has been a crazy almost 48 hours. If you have seen my community posts, my sister went through something somewhat traumatic and had to have an emergency type surgery. Everything is fine now. She is, as I am saying this, on her way home from the hospital, so praise the Lord. We are very happy. But today has kind of been up in the air, and because of that, we haven't eaten yet, and it is 3:39. We have not eaten all day. So I'm gonna make a very early dinner tonight. Tonight we are having creamy ranch chicken. I've got baked potatoes already in the oven. I'm making some tea right now. I just feel like this is a good comfort food, and it's good for the end of these last 48 hours that were a little hectic and just very stressful. So let's start cooking. To get started, I'm gonna melt a couple of tablespoons of butter in the microwave. We're gonna season both sides of our chicken with Italian herb seasoning and then also some salt and pepper. I love this Italian herb grinder. I got it from Sam's Club. It's so nice. You do want your chicken to be thinly sliced. So if you have some thicker ones, you just cut those in half, butterfly them, and you'll be good to go. Tea is done. It's just sitting here waiting for me to make it. We have 33 minutes left on the baked potatoes, so I'm going to heat up this large skillet to medium-high heat. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom of the skillet. Now we're just gonna take that melted butter and we're just gonna put it on one side of the chicken. You wanna make sure your butter's not too hot, but put it on one side of the chicken. This side will go down in the pan once the pan is hot. Okay, let's head over to the stove. Now what we're gonna do is we'll work in batches. You don't wanna overcrowd your pan, but basically we're just gonna cook these through. So about 5 minutes on each side. You just wanna manage your heat well and be turning these over. You don't want them to burn on either side, but I'm gonna go in buttered side down. Our first batch finished, so it's over here on this plate. Once this batch finishes, we'll do the same thing. We're gonna remove it over here to the plate so that we can make our sauce. Oh, I need a spoon. Oh, I've got one. Right here. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make our sauce. You could definitely just throw all of this into the skillet, but I'm going to mix it up first and then pour it all together in the skillet, just to make it a little bit easier. I've got 1 cup of sour cream going in. We need a can of cream of chicken soup. Go ahead and mix that. You need 1.5 cups of milk. I didn't think this through. This is gonna be very full, but that's okay. Yeah, definitely should have used my bigger bowl. That's okay. We'll whisk it once it goes in. You need a pack of ranch seasoning, or about 3 tablespoons of that. This is a 1/2 tablespoon measure, so I'll do 6. And we're gonna add a little onion powder as well, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, I'm gonna stir this to combine it, and then we're gonna throw this in the same skillet that we had our chicken going in. Well, we're not gonna throw it. I don't recommend throwing it. We'll pour it. The skillet is still on medium heat. I'm gonna pour that in, and we're gonna whisk that just to make sure it's all combined really well. And we're gonna let it heat through for about 5 minutes. You can see there's still some of the olive oil that was in there. I could have wiped that out, but it'll be fine. It had a lot of flavor in it, so we're gonna go with it. We have got some bubble in action. It's been over here warming for about 5 minutes, and now that it's bubbling, let's add our chicken back in. This smells so good. I did check my chicken and make sure it was all cooked completely. All we're gonna be doing is warming it through in the sauce for just a few minutes. And this recipe said it's really great served with baked potatoes because you can put this sauce over the baked potatoes as well, which sounds right up my alley. What's up?
I gotta switch hands here.
Oh.
You cut with the wrong hand.
I do cut with the wrong hand. I cut with my left hand, but I'm right-handed, y'all. I cannot cut with my right hand. Can't do it. Tried.
Every time we sit together on the same
gosh.
side of the table, we end up.
Well, we always sit on the wrong side. Yeah, we always hit elbows.
That is delicious.
Good.
That sauce is amazing.
That's why we put it on the baked potato too.
Man, really, it's got a lot of chicken flavor. It's like creamy, but it's got like chicken.
Yeah, well, it's got cream of
flavors.
chicken soup in it. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Cream of
it's
chicken
got
soup.
ranch and milk and sour cream, and
Oh wow, that is really, really, really good.
there's some parsley from our little herb garden over there. And then I've got butter in here as well as some of this sauce. So I'm gonna chow down.
Babe.
This is delicious. So it's really good if you get a bite of your chicken and all that sauce, and then grab some of your potato all in the same bite. That's a good day right there. We're some happy campers.
This is amazing.
It is. Y'all gotta make this one. So easy. I mean, it took a little bit of time just because I had to do the chicken in batches, but it was super easy. Nothing to it. Normally for our third recipe, we're gonna do a subby supper. Subby supper just means a subscriber sent in one of their family favorite recipes and we give it a try. And that was the intent for this week. However, this week has thrown a loop in all of our schedules here. My sister was admitted to the hospital. She had a procedure, a surgery done. She was released. And then about 24 hours later, an ambulance was called again, and she is now back in the hospital. She's being admitted again. I'm about to head back up there. But because of the chaos of that, obviously I have not been in the kitchen cooking. I've never done a subby spotlight before, and it's not something I'm gonna do all the time. But this particular case really touched my heart, and I wanted to share her with you. Okay, I had to grab my glasses because I cannot read my email on this tiny print without it. But let me kind of give you a backstory. Last Tuesday evening at around 8 o'clock in the evening, an email came through in my Mandy in the Making email. I don't check emails at night. I normally don't check them until about midday. So the next day, on Wednesday, I was checking emails and I get to one from Stephanie and I start reading, and it's lengthy. And I start reading and I start tearing up. So I'm just going to read you a little bit of this It says, Dear Mandy, hello Mandy, my name is Stephanie and my Aunt Bonnie is a super fan of yours. She watches you faithfully nonstop all day and night on YouTube. You have inspired her to buy new items for her kitchen, make new recipes. She even has notebooks that she writes down the recipes and puts them in page savers in there so she can make the different recipes. I'll pop that up on the screen. I have pictures of some of the handwritten recipes that she wrote down that she found from my channel. Unfortunately, my aunt is getting ready to pass away. She has made the decision to stop treatment and that it's time to move on, but it would be so amazing if you could call her. It would really make her dreams come true. Or you could even text her. She actually has me following you now, and everyone that comes over has to watch you if they want to or not, because it's her time, and if they want to see her, they have to watch what she's watching. I'm reading this and I'm tearing up. Bonnie stopped treatment for her cancer. She also has a kidney disease, late stages of that. And she had recently found my channel, and for whatever reason, Stephen and I brought her comfort. I was able to actually find a couple of comments that she had left on older videos. She left those a couple of weeks ago. I'll pop those up here too. So I got excited and a little overwhelmed and humbled that this was happening, but I called Bonnie. So the email was sent to me Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. It is now Wednesday around 3:30, and I call Bonnie, and someone answers the phone, and I said, is this Miss Bonnie? And she said, no, this is her daughter-in-law, Tabitha. May I ask who's calling? And I said, this is Mandy. I have a YouTube channel. And she knew exactly who I was immediately. She told everyone in the room that I was on the phone, and they were excited to hear from me. However, she informed me that Miss Bonnie passed away that morning. It broke my heart. I hated that I missed that email the night before. Obviously, had I seen it, I would have called immediately. But the family was touched that I called, and I was able to have a great conversation with Tabitha. We have extended that conversation through Instagram DMs, so we've been chatting back and forth. Tabitha told me that her son, who is 10 years old, Dylan, aspires to be a chef one day, and his grandmother, Bonnie, turned him onto my channel, and he's really been enjoying my channel as well. So that just touched my heart. Hey, Dylan. So this video is dedicated in memory of Miss Bonnie. I do have a picture of her and wanted to share that with y'all. I did, of course, get permission from Stephanie and Tabitha to share this and to do this today. They were very excited that I was going to be able to do this in her honor. And I just wanted to say I am very humbled. And a lot of times I feel like I'm standing here in this kitchen staring at this camera in my cabinet cooking, and what I do doesn't matter. And I was graciously reminded that everything that we do touches someone, whether it's making a YouTube video or doing whatever it is you do day in and day out. It means something to someone. And it was just such a blessing to be able to talk to her family, and I'm so thankful that they let me know all of this happened. That my channel was able to bring her comfort, and I'm just thankful for Miss Bonnie. So if you wouldn't mind, I would ask that you would keep my sister, Brittany, in your prayers, as well as Bonnie's family. I hope you enjoyed this week's recipes. I know there were only 2, but they were great, and I hope your family will give them a try. Also, again, I want to thank Catalina Crunch for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to go check out in the description box. If you are interested, you can use the code Mandy, and you're going to save 15% site-wide. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for being here. Bye, y'all.